So let's now try another technique for neutralizing an emotion in the moment. So I want you to try it as I'm talking you through it. So clearly you will try it whenever you feel activated, but for now, I want you to see if you can remember something that may have upset you and activated you emotionally, if you can connect with that emotion. Maybe something really recent, like an argument or a piece of news that you heard, something that may have made you angry or fearful, something like that. So if you need to, maybe you want to pause the video to really get into it, or just go through this theoretically and then just use this in the moment when something does activate you emotionally. But if you've got something that you want to try this technique on, then take a few deeper breaths. Again, close your eyes and drop into the body. Always when you connect with your breath, you drop into the body, and that is definitely what we want to do. We want to ground ourselves. And then if you can find that emotion in the body, ideally, again, don't think about anything life-shattering, but maybe something that has recently upset you, let's just say. But remember, when you looking for this emotion in the body, it needs to be in the body. It's not in your head. If you're in your head, you over-analyzing, over-intellectualizing this, and we need to be in the body. Emotions are felt in the body. You know, it could be in your lower abdomen, up in the abdomen, it could be in your limbs, it could be in the stomach, it could be in the chest. It's very often in the stomach or in the chest. It could be in the throat. But if it's up here in the head, then you over-intellectualizing this, and you need to get out of your head and drop into the body. That's really important, because if the feeling is not in your head, it's a secondary thing. The primary emotion is always in the body, but you may not have enough awareness of that, and the feeling quickly produces a thought, and it's really the thought that you're being aware. It's not the feeling. The feeling is in the body. It's the thoughts that you are aware of in your head. And a lot of people think that they feel things in the head when it's really in the body, and in the head is just the thought that is attached to the feeling. So you can work with, even if it is in your head and not in your body, although I encourage you to really drop into your body and look for your emotions in the body, because that's where they live. But even if you feel it right now, it's just in your head, it's a heady thing, you can still work with that for now, but just be aware that if you're going to deal with emotions successfully, then you need to start connecting to your emotions in the body, which we're going to do more work on later on. So once you have found the feeling, wherever it may be, so just close your eyes. If you're working on something specific, you close your eyes, again, connect. And once you have found the feeling, give it a shape. Don't overthink it. What's the shape? What's the color? Straight away, it will come to you. If you sit there for 5 minutes thinking about it, it's not right. It needs to be you know, don't question it. Whatever comes to mind, don't overthink it. First thing, you take that. What's the shape? What's the color of that feeling? What temperature is it? Is it warm, hot, cold? Now make it rotate in one direction that you choose. Whichever direction is fine. But make note in which direction the shape is spinning. So you're making that shape that you just gave to that feeling. You want that shape to rotate in one direction, whichever it is, take note of that. Now, pop this shape out of your body, and it's now outside your body, and now you want it in front of you, spinning just like it was, and now I want you to give it a different shape. Change the shape, change the color, make it spin in the opposite direction, and change the temperature. So if it was originally a warm feeling, make it cold. If it was originally whatever, triangular shape, make it round. So you want to change it. You want to change it from the original, change the shape, change the color, change the temperature, change the spin, the direction of the spin. And now once you've done that, place this shape, which is now spinning in the opposite direction, back in your body where the original feeling was. And as you've done that, take a few deeper breaths, integrating that new shape, color, temperature, and the opposing spin. And if you follow what I've said, you will find that you will feel differently. You will not be able to bring back that original emotion with the same intensity, for sure. So again, this is very quick. When you get activated and you want to quickly change things in the moment, you can just literally spend a minute or two doing this visualization, but you need to connect. So again, perhaps if you're in a stressful situation, for instance, and you're with other people, maybe you do need to excuse yourself for a minute and walk out the room, for instance, and do this quick visualization. So if it resonates, I encourage you to give it a try, because it works quite well. Another one that I want to share with you is a 3-minute emotional release technique. This technique is a little bit physical, so may not be for somebody necessarily who is disabled or maybe who is not very mobile. But if you can do this, and it is very effective. So first of all, with this one, you first identify where you feel the emotion in your body, and you will place one hand on that area, and then you place your other hand on your forehead. And then what you do is you do those gentle squats. So you don't have to do full squats with it, but just gently kind of bending your knees, going up and down. And you do that for a minute whilst tuning in to what you are feeling. And then what you do is, for the next minute, you want to hold your ears with opposing hands. So you put your thumb on an earlobe, you hold it like that, thumb on earlobe, and then the rest of the fingers behind, and you kind of grab your left thumb on the right ear and vice versa. And then you carry on with those mini squats for 1 minute whilst you say, and you have an intention of releasing that emotion, and you keep saying to yourself, releasing now, releasing now, releasing now, as you're holding your ears and you're doing those mini squats. And then you continue with your hands on the ears with those mini squats. And for the next minute, you will repeat affirmations such as I am calm, I am resilient, I am powerful, I am peaceful, or whatever other ones, whatever other mantras you want. So again, just to summarize, so you start with dropping into the body, feeling where the emotion is. You place one hand on that part of the body and the other on your head. You then do those mini squats for 1 minute. Then you hold your ears, left thumb on the right earlobe and vice versa, and you continue doing the mini squats while saying to yourself, releasing now, releasing now, releasing now. And then after a minute, you change saying releasing now to saying affirmations such as I am calm, I am resilient, I am powerful, and so on, whilst still holding your ears and doing the mini squats. So that is another method. Next one is called emotive self-vocalization. So this one is really about talking to yourself and vocalizing what you're feeling. So it's almost like you're discussing this with yourself. So you start with asking out loud, what am I feeling? How do I feel about this? And then basically you answer your own questions as if, you know, somebody was asking you and you were actually replying to those questions. You do it like that. And so just by verbalizing, you obviously are going to be releasing some of the emotional energy. If you want this to be even more impactful, you would combine it with havening. So that's emotive self-vocalization. It's really simple, isn't it? And then another one would be progressive relaxation. So I'm not going to do that here because this is the same progressive relaxation as I'm talking you through in my relaxation for sleep meditation, and you have that in your additional resources. So that's also quite good for releasing tension, neutralizing undesirable emotions in the moment, or even thoughts, because it's going to take you back into the body and again putting your mind on a different track. And finally, you can use simple visualizations that instill a sense of safety or make you laugh, because particularly when you have you're overwhelmed with fear, for instance, it's because your brain says you're not safe. So you can use visualizations that instill a sense of safety or something that makes you laugh. So that would be going, for instance, in your mind to your favorite safe place, or revisiting a good memory where you felt really some time in the past when you felt really, really safe, or bringing to mind a person with whom you feel really, really safe, or an animal, or a totem animal even, yes? That when you feel that safety and protection. You can also use visualizations to make yourself laugh. For instance, let's say you're dealing with something like maybe a fear of spiders or something like that. You could imagine a spider having phobia of humans. You can imagine a spider freaking out when it sees you, or imagine it dancing around with a silly hat on, for instance. So you can do those different things because, you know, that one, that it puts your brain on a different track. It gives your mind something else to focus on, but also you can scramble some of those neural pathways that are associated with some of those feelings and emotions. And because those triggers will always happen the same way, you could have different strategies to produce fear, but if you have a particular trigger, it will always work the same way to get you to that fear response. And by using those different visualizations, you can start breaking those pathways down. And the more you do it, the more you're going to be pruning those pathways away. So hopefully this was helpful. Hopefully one or more of these has resonated with you. They are all very effective, but just try them, see what works for you, see how you find them. Let me know in the comments. So that's it for this video, and I will see you in the next one.